winner of Moto number 1, James Bubba Stewart. Cameron, they got to find a way to keep this kid from getting the whole shot and then keep him getting to the front.
Well, the 30 board is sideways, so we're going to find out right now who's getting to the first corner first. And James with a good jump, but look how deep that sand is. Oh,
Roncada to the inside line. The Kawasaki's once again out front. Bubba shuffling to the back of the pack.
And it looks like Goose, Chris Gosler with the hole shot, but he's got Broc Hepler on the inside, so we'll see if Goose can ride a wide bike and stay in front of these guys.
Youth being served today with Gosler and Hepler going 1 and 2. The outside goes the Kawasaki to the rest of the field, and it looks like Roncada trying to make a move up.
Stephane Roncada with a great Moto 1 performance, the second place, and now looking for the lead here in Moto number 2. The question is, where is James Bubba Stewart?
Well, Bubba switching over to the retro Fox gear in between motos, running some fresh gear, and it's Roncada who goes to the front of the pack. Gosler now sits in second with Hepler in third.
And just listen to the bikes. Look at all the fans, and Roncada is leading in his. Awesome. That got it awesome. This mechanic watching on. He's got to be amped with that.
So it's the Kawasaki, the Honda, and the Suzuki going 1, 2, and 3. This is Moto number 2 from Hangtown. Broc Hepler with a great start, currently sitting in third place. A youngster having a great run. And there's Bubba finally coming into view. He now sits in 5th place.
Well, the pro circuit, Kawasaki, Thor, Parts Unlimited rider leading, and his teammate, Ivan Tedesco, running in 4th place. So Roncada and Tedesco in the mix. Oh, getting pushed to the outside. Oh, Tedesco, yard sale on the backside. They're piling up. Wow, watch this. He gets
left side of your screen. He's going to clip this tough block.
And that's Bub's going by him right there. And throwing the whip out a little bit, and not Bubba's fault, because Ivan Tedesco off the side of the course. You can see him, looks like he's almost doing a no-footed knack there, but watch the riders coming in, trying to scrub out to the outside.
Mike Brown able to get around, and he goes to the left. Look at that, right over the bar. Sticks the front end.
And taking a look at it from another angle, just outside the shot here, Tedesco casing the hay bale completely, getting thrown off the motorcycle. A treacherous place to be on the downside of the landing.
Yeah, there's nothing to credit for.
Yeah, locking the brakes going into him. Looks like that's Danny Smith, if I'm not mistaken.
That could have been a lot worse. Tedesco looks like he's okay.
And he had a good result in the first moto. And that's unfortunately going to set him back. And right now, battling it out, two guys.
Wow. James Bubba Stewart, number 259 on the inside, on board the Kawasaki, comes inside, drops down below. Look at that move.
Drops it inside.
Welcome to motocross.
Seals the line and the whole nine. But Hepler not giving up, trying to make the charge here on this inside. We've seen Hughes use this outside line to pass it. Hepler looks like almost getting the better to the inside. James shut the line. Shut the door on him.
So the youngster Broc Hepler going head-to-head with James Bubba Stewart, not backing down. Stewart now moves into second place with just Stephane Roncada in front of him. This is Moto number 2. Bubba looking for the 1-1 sweep in the overall.
Well, he's going to have to get on his pony and get out there with Roncada, who's running clean air, no roost getting shot on. Remember, it's outdoor motocross. That roost has rocks in it. It hurts. And you got to move quickly to the pack. We talked about that in Moto number 1. James Stewart is quick to get by riders, and right now,
look at Hepler, though, the youngster out of Pennsylvania, showing his business. Broc Hepler, number 60, on board the Suzuki. You got to think this kid has got a stoked next East Supercross when Ricky Carmichael comes over the finish. Something he could do.
Well, you talk about Ricky Carmichael experience. Roncada is an experienced rider. What will he do to fend off James Stewart? Will he be working different lines? Will he be blocking? Will James come in for a block pass? Look at this on the pipe right now.
Stewart goes to the outside, can't get it done, slides to the inside line, and look at Roncada holding him off, shutting down every line. Stewart is all over the back of it. Well, the 25,000-plus fans who turned out for the Hangtown Classic are being treated one. This could be an instant classic. Bubba slides in front of Roncada. Now does Roncada have to perform as he goes to the outside?
Goes outside there, and he's holding the throttle. Let's see these uphill, downhill into these corners, especially this pseudo off-camber corner. A lot of traction problems coming out. You guys can see it's kind of hard on the base of that jump. We'll see how it works coming up the pull here for Roncada going outside.
He's really wide, Jim. He's better lines out there, less thrust, more speed up, and see what's going on.
Looks looks like he's just trying to set himself up in different lines. And right here, this is 1, 2, and 3 in the moto. And we've got a real battle here. James scrubbing speed by throwing the bike outside. It almost catches Roncada's front tire.
Very close indeed, and Roncada, give him credit. A lot of people bag on him because he's out of fitness, but he is running with James. It's Stewart Roncada out in front. Back in a moment. Back to Hangtown. Todd Harris along with Cameron Steele, and it is Stephane Roncada and James Bubba Stewart out in front. Stewart now has the lead.
Oh!
In Moto 2, and I said that too soon. Roncada sweeps him on the inside and moves back to first.
You can see all the fans like waving their shirts, and they just want to see a battle, and these two guys going at it is super sweet. Good for the sport, good for the motocross season, just to know that James Stewart isn't just going to run away with it after watching Moto number 1.
So it is Stephane Roncada out in front. James Stewart sits in second. Look at the speed he brings to the inside line. There's nothing Roncada can do about that. He's going to have to find another spot to pick him off, and that seems to be the place where James has been able to work everyone, that inside speed line.
And the youngster, well, James is a youngster too, but the youngster, Broc Hepler, is not dropping out of the picture. He's still sitting there in 3rd place, so right now, and oh, James got something going on with his, what was that? It looked like he had a tear-off still in his hand when he, after he went over that jump. I don't know if he caught that.
Stewart going into the water hazard.
Trying to keep the inside line all the way. He does the foot down semi-water ski with the boot. Roncada back by on the inside.
So Stephane Roncada regains first, and here comes Stewart. First to the inside, now to the outside. Where's he going to go next? And I love the way Roncada's riding. He's not riding defensively. He's riding offensively.
And we talked about that in the Supercross season. When he was looking back, he was not able to hold guys off. Right now, he is racing forward. And again, Hepler still in the mix. Those 3 guys moving quickly. Anything can happen. The 2 guys start battling back and forth. The 3rd place rider could find a way around.
No question about that. The Suzuki sits in 3rd. That is Broc Hepler, the 16-year-old phenom, out there running with the big dog. And look at Roncada. Bubba at this point's got to be going, what is going on?
I know he's sandwiched between the 4 strokes. He can hear the bike behind him as well. He's like, man, we're moving, and this kid's still with us. And well,
battle for 4th will slide back momentarily. Chris Gosselin's got his hands full.
And it looks like Josh Grant still. We saw him leading moto number 1, and then a fall over, not able to get the bike started. And well, Sorby, who had a good motor, he's back there just a bit.
Yeah, no question. Josh Grant. We talked about 16 years of age. Look at that. Goes the inside line. It was a great pickup from Honda and shift. Grant back in the battle for 4th as we move up. This is Bubba once again. Broc Hepler right behind him.
Now Broc Hepler found a way to get around Stewart. We would really start asking, what's going on with James Stewart? You know, and he said in his interview in between motos, you know, he's a little tight. He had some arm pumps, some problems with his hands or something. So
here he comes again. Yellow flag is out. Bubba goes by Roncada right there. And it looked like Roncada slowed down for the yellow. Maybe Bubba didn't catch the yellow wave.
Yeah, and you know the AMA rules. You know, I'm not sure if he can actually pass under the yellow as long as there's nothing going on there. You know, he was in the heat of the battle, so we'll have to wait and see if there's any kind of decision there. But I don't think it's going to play any kind of factor in the results here. James Stewart moves to the lead. It looks pretty clean.
Well, this time he goes by the water hazard, stays dry. Broc Hepler still running with those 2 riders out in front. It is Stewart and now Roncada sitting in 2nd. This is moto number 2. Bubba Stewart won the 1st moto. Roncada would love to return the favor and pick up the victory in moto number 2, giving him the overall.
Right, because of the combination and the tiebreaker being the 2nd moto. We talked about that. So if Roncada can just stay right with them and pass them and stay there at the end, that's all that's going to matter.
Bubba trying to put a little gap between himself and 2nd place Stephane Roncada, both gentlemen on board a Kawasaki. The 2-stroke, 4-stroke battle rages on, but right now Bubba's making the 2-stroke work for him.
And with all the talk of Ivan Tedesco in the Supercross series, and I'm sure James was aware of Roncada, but probably wasn't thinking about it. Then he shows up in Las Vegas, and wham, here's Roncada. He gets out here to Hangtown, and Roncada's all over him, passing back and forth. Look, he's going for the outside line, dropping to the inside. See if he can make something work.
Look at this. He is right on the back wheel of James Stewart every time they head into that corner, and it looks like Roncada is carrying more speed as he comes through there. Every time here he goes wide, and he does it again.
You see, almost looks like he's going to dive into the same line as James. He elects to go to the outside line, which, it looks like it cost him a little bit of time there.
See a clean line out there. I don't know what that is, but he loves to go to that outside and swing up high. Here they come down the hill again. James Stewart in first, Stephane Roncada in second. Roncada coming off a great performance in Las Vegas, as Cameron alluded to, where James Stewart picked up the victory in the Dave Coombs Sr. Memorial East Supercross Shootout for the 125, and they are at it again.
And Roncada to the inside, but not able to get up alongside James before he moved over. And there's still plenty of room there. Multiple lines working on this track, and a great job by the Dirt Diggers setting up this Hangtown track.
Well, the 250's running out here as well as the WMA, so the track is certainly getting work. They have done a great job keeping plenty of moisture on it. We'll be back to the conclusion of 125 Moto 2 after this break. The 2004 AMA Chevrolet Motocross Championships are brought to you by Suzuki, maker of performance-driven motorcycles, scooters, and all-terrain vehicles. By Honda, the company that defines performance in motorcycles, ATVs, personal watercraft, and scooters. By Chevrolet, 10 new cars and trucks in 20 months. The new Chevrolet, an American revolution. And by Cycle World Magazine, the most widely read and trusted source for motorcycling information. And we are back to Hangtown, just outside of Sacramento, California. Todd Harris along with Cameron Steele, and we've got a good one. Moto number 2 is winding down in the 125 class. Your leader, number 259, James Bubba Stewart, but right on him again. Number 21 on board the Kawasaki, Stephane Roncada.
And the battle, Roncada holds it on, wheeling down the section. Man, they've probably shifted into fifth gear in there. They're going so fast.
Roncada has got in his mind that he can run and he can possibly beat James Bubba Stewart. Still a lot of racing to go, and Stewart exits out in front once again. I think he's wondering, Roncada is just not letting go of this suit bone. Yeah, you would have thought, probably James Stewart's thinking a couple things. If he's tight again like he was in Moto number 1, he's probably thinking, man, I'm having a little bit of a tough go. And at the same time, he's thinking, Roncada is a mad dog and just coming in and keeping it clean. And, oh, Rhino down and facing backwards. That usually means some kind of high side or something. Let's take a look at this. Ryan Hughes, number 105 over the KTM. Here he is. Lost that back tire.
Yep, on the gas. Oh, and swaps, throws it back the other way, and fortunately just pushes it off the side of the track and jumps off. And no high siding, as I speculated there, because the high side always seems to hurt just a little bit more and getting out of the way of the bike. You know he's tough. He's getting back up and going right. I don't care if the bike's twisted.
Well, he is the 2002 155 winner of Hangtown from last year. We've got a lot of work to do now as he gave up several valuable positions. Meanwhile, back to this young man who's been somewhat of a revelation, picking up a whole shot of his first ever gate. As we go back to the leaders once again, that was Josh Grant we saw moments ago. This is James Bubba Stewart and Stephane Roncada currently running 1 and 2.
Roncada working it hard. He's to the back end of the bike, flying around a bit, but he's studying what James is doing, and you know, this is a great way to find the line around. You watch what the guy he's doing, you pick the line that thinks better, you go for it. But these guys are kind of working different lines quite a bit. He goes up the inside again, and he's past him again.
The more than 25,000 fans here at Hangtown showing their appreciation for a great race. This is certainly worth the price of admission. James Bubba Stewart, number 259, who won Moto number 1, trying to hold off fellow Kawasaki rider Stephane Roncada, and it looks like the day is done for Mr. Grant.
And that's not a good sign. Bike on the side of the course. The Asterisk Medical crew tending to Josh.
Got him up to skinny, and that is a good sign. Doc Hodgson takes no chances there. Back to racing action. Wish Josh the best of luck. We'd love to see him back again, because that kid was phenomenal. James Bubba Stewart, number 259, running the Fox Retro gear, the baby blue, and trying to keep it clean and away from Stephane Roncada in the Hangtown dirt.
Well, it looks like now he's got a bit of breathing room. I'm not sure where Roncada maybe made a little slip up there, but white flags coming out.
I'll tell you what, though, Cameron, for the last 20 minutes of racing, Roncada has just given him all he's wanted.
And given us quite a show. You gotta love it.
An instant classic indeed, as James Bubba Stewart, as Cameron alluded to, is starting to open up some breathing room. Roncada must have gone into some problems because he is nowhere.
You know, and the thing is, too, with Roncada and the training, we know James Stewart is just a picture of fitness. Roncada also has been a trainer over the years, and he says he hasn't been training as hard as of late. Maybe that's, you know, cutting into him right now. But, you know, Roncada riding, his ability is so good, and his technique, and, you know, it's great to see him in the fray, and maybe just running out of gas there just a little bit at the end.
Well, let's talk about James Bubba Stewart. A lot of speculation on what kind of bike he'll be riding on next year. He goes up to the 250 class for Supercross, which makes me think if you're anyone near the Southern California area, you got to be at Anaheim Stadium for Anaheim 1, because Bubba on the line with Ricky, Chad Reed, Kevin Windham, Travis Pastrana, that could be one of the star-studded gates ever in the history of Supercross. But at motocross, you know, how much of this is weighing on his mind, Kevin? He's got a lot of business ahead and he's got to tend to.
Well, that's his manager, Tony Gardia's job, so we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But right now, Bubba he put in a clinic in the first moto and then showed he is a true warrior battler there in moto number 2, and just did it, diced it hard with Roncada, and he's coming through the win unless something crazy happens here. Actually, on one of the tabletops back just a bit ago, you know, he looked like he waited strange and almost was like kind of over the front of the motorcycle weird. So anything can happen, but, you know, it's James Stewart. He's probably not going to mess up.
Number 259 is James Bubba Stewart, fresh off his 125 East Supercross title to go with his 125 West Supercross title. He picked up the 125 East-West Shootout, the Dave Coombs Sr. Memorial in Las Vegas just a few weeks ago, and here he is opening up his outdoor season with a very impressive victory. As Cameron pointed out, a dominating performance in Moto number 1. It looks like Moto number 2 will go into the record books with another victory for James Bubba Stewart. So James comes and does exactly what he has to do. Now he has a week off to prepare for the next round, and I'm sure he's going to be thinking about what Stephane Roncada was able to do, and he's going to have to change it. But your winner, Moto number 2 and the overall, James Bubba Stewart.
And a really impressive ride, and you can see James, and it looks like he's tired. It looks like he put a lot into that, and grabbing his hands there.
And you were right, he does have a tear off. It was stuck on his hand. That was the whole race. I'm going to talk to Padgett over at Oakley and tell him not to put so much glue on those bad boys. Well, there's your results from Moto number 2. It's Stewart, Roncada, Hepler, Mike Brown with a great run, and Ryan Mills goes to 6th place. Chris Gosler checks in top 10. Ryan Hughes drops all the way back to 11.
Yeah, you know what? Had a good race. You know, I felt good out there. My hands cramped up. I've been having problems with arm pump. I had it at the first moto. My hand locked up. I don't know if you can see it on the interview, but coming through the mechanics area, I had my hand off the handlebars. I got trigger finger. I couldn't hold on. It was locked up the whole race. So, you know, running under the gate race. Got that out the way. Got 2 weeks off to fix this up, and I'll be back. Not more. I'm definitely in shape. And like I said, you know, I felt good out there. Roncada rode a good race. So go back home, work on a couple of days, and be back next week.
As we take a look at Suzuki overall, it's James Stewart with the 1-1, Roncada, Brown, Hepler, and Ryan Hughes rounding out your top 5. Right now, let's check in with Stephane Roncada.
Yeah, I did. You know, my post-circuit Kawasaki was awesome out there. You know, it's pulling great up the hills. Got a great start. You know, gave it all I had, but you know, I mean, jam to jam. He ain't that easy to beat. You know, I was trying my hardest out there. You know, I got nothing to lose. I was just going for it, and I'm glad I can finish that close to jam.
Well, a great day at Hangtown comes to a conclusion. Our thanks to the Dirt Diggers for giving us a great track, and Mike Brown with a great 3rd place overall.
I just come here unexpected, know how the bike's going to do and everything, but now I know what to work on, and you know, look, we got 2 weeks off to get my bike a little bit better and me better, and I'll be ready.